Hello everyone, this is your girl Doreen again. I am back here to speak about the same topic where we speak about mental health. I am here to continue teaching about mental health for the young children because those are the people that we are looking up to make our next society. So we need to make sure that they are okay and they have a good life as much as we also enjoy our own lives. So I am going to speak about one thing that I know you've all encountered one way or another as a child, and maybe as you are growing up, as much as you're a parent right now, you once were a child, and I'm sure there are things that you wished your parents could have done better or could have known to do better because we usually say that if they knew better they would have done better. Not to say that our parents were bad or evil or they did it from a very bad perspective, but they did it because that is what they knew. As long as some of them didn't, as much as some of them didn't hurt us physically or emotionally, there are some things that they did that they didn't know were wrong, but they eventually affect us. That is because of their generation. That is how they were taught by their parents, or that is how they were also raised up. But now when you know better, we do better. So as always, we do not allow ourselves to inherit the negative behaviors or inherit the negative things. So we keep on growing and we keep on becoming better for the future generations to be also much better. So in this situation and in this video, we are going to speak about some of the things that I think my parents or another person's parents could have done it better to ensure that their child was having a better mental health state. Also, this video is associated with an article I have written on Medium. I'm going to leave the link below so that if you want to read more on mental health among children, you're going to read on my blog on Medium. So guys, let's get right into it. So I'm going to speak about some of the things that I wish my mom or my dad or both of them did for me when I was growing up, or they would have emphasized on. One of them is that I did not have to prove myself to anyone. I did not have to try to be a people pleaser. You know, most of the time when parents put up expectations for us, we feel like we really need to ensure that those people are happy, that they feel comfortable, they are happy to see us, they are happy with our achievements. And sometimes, most of the time, these achievements are not what we truly want. For instance, this is a cliche, but it is common, and it has been common over, especially with our generations and the older generations, whereby parents used to force their children to take a particular career path, and then when that child is old enough, or they are at a certain age, they feel that this is not what they really wanted, and they become so angry at their parents, or they quit that career and start another one afresh. So you see, that is one way of parents making you meet their expectations at the cost of your own needs, of your own expectations that you have for yourself. Another thing is whereby you find that parents most of the time leave their kids, which is understandable in some situations. For example, if you have to work and still raise your children, there's no one who is blaming you for that. But I'm giving an example where you find that a parent will never spend their time with the children. They will never know what is going on with the children, but they will expect the children to behave in a particular way. So you find that this child is not having a real role model. Instead, what they are having is someone raising them, but they do not really connect with them. So you find the child becomes distant to the parent, and the only way they want to keep their parents close is, or people around them, is by pleasing them. They want to make everyone happy because they lack a leader. So they are seeking someone who is going to lead them, who is going to accept them in their space, with the parents not knowing what is going on with the child. we don't entirely blame the parents. We just look at the situations as they are, and we learn and we get better. So in this day and age, I believe you should be able to help your child grow into a better person than you are, not by placing any specific expectations on them, but helping them to be the best that they can never be. They do not really need to please other people or keep on pleasing other people at their own expenses. Yeah, for example, if a child is scoring so well in English, but the family or the teacher expects that child to score well in another subject, yet this child has their strengths in English or biology and not another subject, you find that most of the time they are beaten down to a point that they no longer feel worthy, yet they do not notice that they are really good in English. They can pursue something in English, you see. So we really need to make sure that our children are not feeling like we want them to be who they are not. Let us build on their strengths. The second thing is you'll read the article for more deeper explanations. The second thing is that parents, please, I wish parents could just let us know that they are not heroes. You know, most of the time as we raise children, we put up this image that we are unbreakable as parents. It's good for the child to have a very stable family, which is amazing, but sometimes it's okay for them to see us break, to see us be vulnerable. Let me use the word vulnerable because they feel that you're human, you're not a superhuman. For example, let's say in a situation where your child is forcing you to provide for them financially. I'm not saying like schooling, they want to buy some new toy or a new phone, but you know clearly that you don't have that money or you don't want to spend the money there, but you go ahead just because you want to make your child happy and buy it. At the end of the day, you realize that the child will not see you as a person. Yeah, they will see you as a person, but they will not really understand that you're just as human as they are. And also it counts to us parents, because most of the time when our children make mistakes, we really try to make them feel really bad about the mistake without knowing that we are creating a lie of who we are. Because trust me, even though you know you've made so many mistakes while growing up, why do you have to make your child feel like that they are so mean, and you are up there, you're at the balcony na wao wako huko chini just because they made a mistake, making you look like an hero? Okay. Also, children, I would like to speak to children to also view their parents as people, as human beings, because there's this song called "The Older I Get, the More I Realize That My Parents Are Just as Human as We Are." Okay, so they are also still growing. I don't know whether you understand me. For example, let me give you one simple scenario. Let's say you got your first baby at the age of 20, 21, 22, 23. You are still young. You are also growing. Your brain was not fully formed. And as you go, you keep on growing. So let's say you also got your child at the age of 30. You don't also have everything figured out. So it's okay for our children to see us vulnerable, so that they can also learn on how to handle their own vulnerabilities. I'm not saying you expose everything to your children, like the most traumatic situations to your children, but allow them to see you be in a situation where they feel that you're just as human as they are. They do not have to feel like they are not really, that you're not really a human being, that you're a superhero. No. Let them know that you can make mistakes, you can say this, well, you're wrong, you can correct them, you can be corrected. When they correct you, take in the correction without feeling small. Yeah, so allow your children to know that you're not a hero, You're just as human as they are. Okay, so the next thing is that parents should know and should allow children to know that they have lived their lives. You as a parent, you've lived your life. Do not impose your own life expectations. This thing I remember used to go on a lot. It no longer goes on, but it used to go on a lot when you were younger. You could hear parents say ati pahali sikufika atafika hapo. It is a very nice thing to say, and it is a very loving thing to wish your child, but who told you they want to take the same path? Who told you they want to take the same path? Or because you're a teacher, you want your child to be a teacher, you want your grandchildren to be teachers. It's amazing, it's good to put up a family legacy, but sometimes it's good to also realize that when your child doesn't want that, it's okay. You have lived your own life. Now allow your child to live their own. Ebu imagine what you went through when probably, let's take for example, people were forced into a particular career. How did you feel? Probably later it worked out and you found a way to love it, but at first, did you really want to get into that? How painful was it for you being forced to do something that you don't want to do, or being unable to follow your dreams? It is painful. Now, since you know better, let us allow children to live their own lives. Let them pursue their careers. Let them shine wherever they want to shine. We don't have to impose our own life expectations on them. They have their own, and they can achieve it, and they will achieve it if we push them, if we help them to be better. I don't mean push them like putting pressure on them, but allowing them to push on with that which they love. Let them become who they really want to be. So guys, I really appreciate your time. I really thank you for this moment, and let us allow our children to be who they want to be, and let us not impose our expectations in a way that breaks our children. And children, also, you need to make sure that you're going after your own goals, your own dreams. You do not put pressure on your parents. Be responsible children, and do what you are supposed to do in terms of what you should do to achieve your own dreams. So guys, let us see each other in the next video, and in the next video is going to explore more on mental health and how to help ourselves become better. So like, share and subscribe, and kindly guys, if you have any topic you would like us to speak about, drop it in the comments. I will be happy to evaluate and speak on that topic. See you in the next video where we speak about our brains. Bye. Ciao.